Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Sergeant Silov. Today we're going to be doing some word knowledge preparation. As usual, I encourage you to get as many repetitions as you can. I also encourage you to get flashcards. It really helps with the repetitions. The format we're going to be going over, we're going to be doing the word, the sentence, and the synonyms, right? The reason why it's important to know the synonyms is because there's a lot of variations and deviations of the ASVAB test, right? So the intent is to learn every synonym behind the word so that you have multiple possibilities of getting the correct answer, right? With that being the case, let's just go ahead and get straight into it. So the first word is frolic. To play, move, or behave in lively and carefree way, often inappropriate manner. Sentence: the new recruits were reminded that the training field was not a place to frolic. Synonyms: play, cavort, horse around, gamble, rebel. Gawk: stare openly and stupidly, often in a way that shows a lack of awareness. Sentence: the soldiers were reminded not to gawk at the civilians as their convoy rolled by. Synonyms: stare, gape, rubberneck, ogle, leer. Glean: to gather information or intelligence gradually and carefully from various sources. Sentence: she gleaned her data from various studies. Synonyms: gather, collect, extract, accumulate, ascertain, learn, deduce. Green: describes someone that is inexperienced or new or a color. Sentence: the squad leader assigned a seasoned NCO to mentor the green privates during their first field training exercise. Synonyms: inexperienced, novice, new, fresh, naive, rookie, verdant, inept. Guile: sly or cunning intelligence used to achieve a goal. Sentence: the special operations team used guile rather than brute force to infiltrate the enemy compound undetected. Synonyms: cunning, craftiness, slyness, duplicity. Habitat: the natural environment where a person, animal, or group lives. Sentence: he found peace in his quiet country abode. Synonyms: residence, domicile, dwelling, home, biome, abode. Halt: to order a stop in movement or action, often used in the context of a unit or individual ceasing motion or activity. Sentence: the platoon was ordered to halt immediately upon contact with the enemy. Synonyms: stop, pause, abort, cease, terminate, discontinue. Hiatus: refers to a temporary pause, break, or interruption in activity, communication, operations, or deployment. Sentence: after a 5-year hiatus, the band released a new album. Synonyms: deferment, break, pause, gap, lull, recess, intermission. Hindrance: a thing that provides resistance, delay, or obstruction to something or someone. Sentence: a lack of funds is a major hindrance to the project. Synonyms: obstacle, impediment, barrier, obstacle, delay, deterrent. Humble: showing modesty, respect, and lack of arrogance in one's own achievements. Sentence: despite her success, she remained humble. Synonyms: modest, unassuming, meek, down to earth, demure. Hypocrisy, the act of pretending to uphold certain values, rules, and standards while violating them in practice. Sentence, LT hypocrisy was evident when he punished the troops for being late, despite repeatedly arriving late himself. Synonyms, insincerity, fakeness, false virtue, sanctimony, pretending. Impale, pierce or transfix with a sharp instrument. Sentence, Knight impaled the dragon with his lance. Synonyms, pierce, spear, stab, perforate, skewer, puncture. Impecunious, having little or no money. Sentence, the impecunious artist struggled to afford his supplies. Synonyms, penniless, penury, poor, broke, impoverished, destitute, deprived. Impetuous, acting or done quickly and without thoughts or care. Sentence, his impetuous decision led to unforeseen consequences. Synonyms, impulsive, rash, hasty, rash, reckless. Inferior, lower in ranks, status, or quality. Sentence, despite being outnumbered and having inferior weapons, the platoon held their ground with discipline and ingenuity. Sorry about that. Synonyms, substandard, poor, second rate, inadequate, lower, weaker. Infiltrate, to secretly enter or gain access to an enemy force, location, or organization. Sentence, the agent infiltrated the terrorist organization. Synonyms, penetrate, invade, permeate, encroach, sneak in. Institutionalized, person, practice, or system deeply embedded or dependent on the structure and routine of an established institution. Sentence, after years of living in a care facility, he became institutionalized and found it difficult to adjust to life outside. Synonyms, entrenched, established, systemized, regularized, habitual. Intuition, the ability to understand something instinctively without the need for explanation. Sentence, she trusted her intuition when deciding which stock to invest in. Synonyms, instinct, insight, foresight, perception, gut feeling. Invariable, always or without exception. Sentence, the invariable routine of the monastery calmed him. Synonyms, unchanging, constant, consistent, incessant, perpetual. Invigorate, give strength, energy, or renewed motivation. Sentence, the arrival of reinforcements seemed to invigorate the exhausted platoon. Synonyms, energize, refresh, rejuvenate, revive, motivate. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to circle back to the beginning and we're going to remove the sentence entirely. We're just going to go straight through the word and the synonyms. And as I said, you should be listening to it and trying to answer it prior to my saying it. So if you need to slow the speed, then I encourage you to do that. Okay. Frolic, play, cavort, horse around, gamble, revel. Gawk, stare, gape, rubberneck, ogle, clear, glean, gather, collect, extract, accumulate, ascertain, learn, deduce, green, inexperienced, novice, new, fresh, naive, rookie, verdant, inept. Keep in mind the verdant is only if they're talking about the color itself. Guile, cunning, craftiness, slyness, duplicity. Habitat, residence, domicile, dwelling, home, biome, abode. Halt, stop, pause, abort, cease, terminate, discontinue. Hiatus, deferment, break, pause, gap, lull, recess, intermission. Hindrance, obstacle, impediment, barrier, obstacle, delay, deter. Humble, modest, unassuming, meek, down to earth, demure. Hypocrisy, insincerity, fakeness, false virtue, sanctimony, pretending. Impale, pierce, spear, stab, perforate, skewer, puncture. Impecunious, penniless, veneer, poor, broke, impoverished, destitute, deprived. Impetuous, impulsive, rash, hasty, brash, reckless. Inferior, substandard, poor, second rate, inadequate, lower, weaker. Infiltrate, penetrate, invade, permeate, encroach, sneak in. Institutionalized, entrenched, established, systemized, regularized, habitual. Intuition, instinct, insight, foresight, perception, gut feeling. Invariable, unchanging, constant, consistent, incessant, perpetual. Invigorate, energize, refresh, rejuvenate, revive, motivate. That's going to go ahead and do it for us now, guys. As I said, good luck on your test. Take it serious.